here. Well, I'm not going to say where I am. I'm just going to introduce our guest. It's Jesper Binzer from DAD. And do you want to tell the listeners where we are?
Everybody, we are at Sweden Rock. We're in the south of Sweden, and it's actually this is the first day in Scandinavia where you could feel a little bit of summer. Mm-hmm. In the calendar it says summer, but it has been almost autumn up until today. So we're lucky that it's almost livable conditions.
And no, this is about you, not about me, but I last did an interview like this face-to-face with you guys 1989 in Australia. No, I think it was 1989, 1990 in Australia when so what do you remember about that trip?
We had a very, very good time, and I remember some pretty mind-blowing things. Normally I'm more like a goldfish, so I tend to forget. But Australia, we never forgot because we never, got back again. We couldn't really erase memories, so that was all we. I mean, actually, I will not tell you what I remember because it was very carnal.
Okay, I'll jog your memory on something else. I remember actually running into you guys at the Ermington Ballroom at an Angels show. Angels, and they were on the bill here this weekend.
Oh, they are?
They are. They're playing Saturday night.
Okay, so
Doc's dead. It's
Okay.
So Dave Gleason was in the Screaming Jets. You might remember the Screaming Jets. He sings for them now. So
wow, funny. But you look young. So how? What age were you when you were there?
Did I? I was 4. No. Seriously, I'm just saying it's not about me.
This guy looks like. Okay.
So
I'm sorry.
Would you be aware that there was actually a DAD Australian fan club, Facebook and everything?
Yes.
Do you hear from fans in Australia?
Yeah.
By the way, for our listeners who are not in Australia, this is boring and stupid, so we'll keep the parochialism to the first segment. But
okay, we'll keep Australia in this segment. What I'm saying is, yes, there's a lot of Australians that on Facebook, come on down, and actually we did a tour of the Far East Asia with the sole purpose of waking up the sleeping bear, the sleeping kangaroo, and the kangaroo woke up a little bit, but not enough so that we were actually going to have the cheap airfare from Asia and to Australia. But it's not really the money that keeps us away. It is a psychic barrier because it's only, it's not that expensive if you do travel coaching. But we need, someone who loves us a little bit more than just, guys, you're great, yes, see you when you come down here. Someone that really invites us. And I think people they're calling and things are happening. So, it's like, is this the third time around the world for the idea? I don't know what happens, but we keep on doing it. Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit, to be topical, about your bass player and what happened to him the other night.
As follows. we were playing. It was as I mentioned before. It was a very very bad weather in Scandinavia the last couple of months. So it was raining, really raining. Stig had on his new favorite boots, and I had to underline the word new. And everybody knows when you're wearing new boots, they tend to be slippery underneath. So he fell and landed on top of his left arm. He is a lefty, as diehard fans will know, so that's his plectrum hand. It's the dug hand, and it's pretty serious because it's 5 fractures, and he's got 8 screws and a piece of metal in his lower arm at the moment, and it's gonna stay there. All the metal's gonna stay there, so it's gonna be pretty irritating going through airports from now on.
Exactly. Stay away from magnets.
So,
how long is he out for? I'm sorry, I should be talking to this. How long is he out for? It's like a sportsman, isn't it? How long is this injury?
For 3 weeks he's in a cast. Then the cast goes off and the stitches go out, and then he's in some kind of semi-cast afterwards for another 3 weeks. So at least 6 weeks. But the funny thing, we would never try anything like it before. We've never been, one man down in that sense.
Have you ever played a show with that?
There was once when in the very beginning, when we were Stig against Stig, smashed his finger, and Jacob played bass. But and I played guitar, but that would be like we have a saying in Denmark. That would be to shoot in your own foot. To let me do the lead guitar and let Jacob do the bass. So what happened was that it was like a totally whoa, what are we gonna do? A traumatic experience. We were in the middle of the night. The show was cancelled. Oh, we got to play 20 minutes or something, and then had to say to 10,000 people, please go home. It was not a good feeling. Luckily, we called a guy we know who knows a lot of musicians. Okay, could you at all imagine a young guy that could come and play these songs next week? We're playing Sweden Rock next week, so tomorrow in Herning we're going to cancel that, and then we're going to focus on Sweden Rock. And then he says, send me the set list, I'll do it tomorrow.
Wow.
He's a guitarist.
Wow. How many strings on his bass?
He's got 4 strings on his bass now. The thing was that he's been a fan, and he's a really talented musician. He plays with Glenn Hughes, you know, the guy that and he plays with he's played with Mike Tramp, and someone mentioned Megadeth as well. I don't know, but he's really used to jump in, which is maybe the hardest part of it. That's the psychological part of it. Is, you know, to get on stage and the lion goes. So it was like one of our good friends. I mean, it would be great to have one of our good old friends up there play the bass. But they couldn't take it. I mean, they wouldn't be strong mentally strong enough to do that.
You guys, lyrically, now you have to forgive me because I've just been listening to the music for 25 years since I last did it. so there seems to be a lot of things that you deal with is growing up. But I'm thinking Neverland, Grow or Pay, same subject. So it's like you always wanted to grow up, but you never quite get there. I mean, what can you say about that? The inspiration for these songs, they seem very similar songs, and they're like a couple of decades apart, you know.
Exactly. I mean, it's what I mean. If you're interested in how come some people are very good at very good at life in this part of life, and some are very good at this part of living, some are very good in this part of living. How can they do it? Wow! And you look around and you see your friends, you know, go the straight way somewhere, and someone go all the way down, and you look around. People are living life differently, and it's exciting to find out and delve into what choices do we make. And as everyone grows old, we look back and say, I made a small mistake, I made a big mistake, I made a grave mistake. And you know, try to find out, okay, how do I navigate in this? So a lot of with your hands above the duvet. Tomorrow, I'm afraid of tomorrow. That's more or less, you know, what most of the lyrics are about. What am I going to do so I don't become a fiasco or fall down?
But isn't that the same as Grow Up in a way? It's kind of similar experience to Grow Up Pay. So rather than actually there being one trajectory in this writing, there's been this rediscovering almost the same things over and over again. Am I starting to sound like a stalker now? But anyway. Yes.
You're right about, and this is what it is about, because whenever you think you reach a peak, I know I made it. Oh, finally I made it. I'm the most clever guy on earth. You find out you're not. Take another round.
So. And how does that, the influence, and what impact does that have on you to be so big domestically, and yet, you know, you go even other markets in Europe. You went back to America recently, which must have been weird. You know, you can't afford to be too full of yourself, can you? Because one day you're playing like tonight in front of 10,000 people, and then the next week you go somewhere else and you're playing in front of 30 people. That must keep you grounded.
Definitely, but it keeps us schizophrenic. No, but it's the funny thing is that as life tags along, you tend to love more and more the smaller gigs, where things are happening in the now. We're not, now we need to do a performance. More or less, you can actually go out there and be yourself, and people know it's that kind of communication tends to be, as time goes on, the best place to be. And we're so grateful and happy that, of course, we can get to play the big things, get the big show going. You know, we have this whole design the stage and what are we gonna say with it and blah blah blah. But you know, getting out playing, you know, our small bastard blues songs. That's more or less the joy of our be in.
Interview now. This was going to be in the last segment because the last segment I was acting like Stalker Boy and analysing your lyrics. I always wonder this. It might sound an obvious question, but is that song "I Won't Cut My Hair and Noose Around Your Neck"? Do you walk past the barber shop and go, "I want to go in there, but everyone knows me for that song"? You know?
It has never happened. It's very funny because in the 90s, hard rock, and it wasn't very, and everybody in the band told me, Jesper, you're putting us down because you look like an anachronism. You look like someone who belongs in the so I was going like, hey, but guys, hey, this is me. I don't care about fashion. So never. But in when the wind is blowing and you're having a soft ice, you wish you were bald.
You do. So like I'm talking like when you are Glenn Hughes' age, you mentioned Glenn Hughes earlier, like and when the hair's grey, it'll still be that length. Yeah?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky. Maybe with a bad moon rising.
Okay, let's talk about practical stuff.
Okay. Yes, of course.
Yes.
I've been waiting for this segment.
You've had a movie. You got a movie about your career, which I haven't got because it's. Can you get it in English? The movie, True Believers.
No, I guess there's some kind of subtitles.
Yeah, subtitles. And the last record was a couple of years ago now, 2 or 3 years. So, what are the plans? What's the band up to?
We've been demoing 5 songs, and from my point of view, there's 2 or 3 that's definitely gonna make it further down the line. There's some other guys in the band that says the other 3 is gonna make it, and so we're gonna have a fist fight about that. But mostly we're gonna make some more new songs, and that's gonna happen in the fall. I'm pretty sure that if we're lucky, we get in the studio, unless someone from us calls us. Then we're going in the studio in January, February, and hopefully, sometimes it works out, sometimes it ends up in the autumn, but sometimes you can actually have a summer album out.
It strikes me that, like the Angels, really, who are on the bill, and a number of other bands, you were lucky that you had your dig in America, and then you had a domestic career to go back to. You could earn a living as a musician. I'm sure when you went back to America, you saw bands now, the guys are working at Kmart, and they're just doing weekend tours. So, it is great that you have a domestic market to go back to, isn't it,
He just said what I wanted to say. But you're right.
What was it like going to America, where I suppose you plugged back into the hair metal scene and or what's left of it, the no hair metal scene? But what was the experience like?
We played, clubs with 100 people, clubs with 200 people, and we were really having a ball. It's a great place to travel. How it is. It's just great to be in America. And there were people, fans, it was 24 years ago, and they were crying. They were so thankful that we were there, but it definitely wasn't like a very successful homecoming. It was just hard work. And it's funny to visit America and being on the bottom still in that sense. No dressing rooms, no nothing, no sound check, just go in there. Luckily, we enjoy. We see this. Oh, this is great. This is the way. This is rock and roll. This is what we want to do. And we've got talent enough to do it. So everybody was gobsmacked. Whoa! Giving them a arena show on a small stage. Okay, here's a classic question to finish an interview by a nailed old rock journalist. Regrets. You got in all this time since I last saw you. Regrets. If you could change anything, what would they be? I think it's a very valid question, and I think there's actually a lot more or less. I think it's something about maturity when you're in the middle of it. When you're in the eye of the hurricane as a 22-year-old just coming out rock band, I think what I wanted a little more, take it easy, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be don't worry, it's gonna be alright. And stick to the guns, stick to you don't have to run after the newest fad and whatever. We were really great at doing our own thing, but still when looking back you see Britpop. And you did drift off course. Did you think? We drifted off course. But creativity is a funny lady. You never really know what she's saying. Okay. Now I hate interviewers who piss in the pocket of the people they're interviewing. So thank you. I just want to thank you for a really deep and diverse back catalogue on behalf of all those people on our Facebook page that I'm not even on. I will join it tomorrow. But thanks very much. I really appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to seeing the show tonight.